Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the events that occurred in Novoluhansk and the Uglegorsk power plant, and these events are still unfolding. There's a lot of ambiguity as to what's actually going on, so I'm just going to give a quick rundown. So we know for a fact that Russia is unleashed in these areas of Novoluhansk. They entered the southern parts of the city based on footage that I will be showing later on in the video, and I'm assuming that by now they've probably taken more ground in the town because Ukraine is withdrawing from this entire area, including the power plant, towards Semihiria. But at the moment, the town is contested. We'll see if Ukraine decides to put up a last stand there, or if they want to continue withdrawing to Kadema. So, regarding the Uglegorsk plant itself, it's unclear what's going on there. We do know that it's been shelled heavily by Russian forces uh, for a while now from like these areas, and we know that the Russians are saying that they've entered the plant and that it's being mocked up now. But that sort of language indicates to me that it's not fully under their control and that there are still Ukrainians there. Who knows how long that will take? Maybe tomorrow we'll see some footage from there. That's what I'm hoping for, just to get some clarity on the situation. But I'm just gonna show all the information that I have now. Before that, I want to just show the broader picture and why this area is important. So this entire bulge around the plant has sort of put a dent in Russia's efforts to secure Bakhmut because this southern flank is very exposed and they would have to deal with it before actually attacking the town head on. So that's why they want to eliminate this bulge and then sort of go like this and take the road, and then all the towns to the east of the road they also want to quickly seize before assaulting Bakhmut head on, given the magnitude of the defense in the town, and it just wouldn't be favorable to attack it head on. Now, I want to show some footage from the area, and here we have combat crews of the 1st Howitzer Battery, of the Howitzer Artillery Battalion, of the M of the LPR support the fire of the Allied forces advancing in the area of the Uglegorsk thermal power plant, which is located not far from liberated Svetlogorsk. So this is just talking about some shelling that occurred last week. I'm going to mute the video because the shelling is pretty loud, but I'll link all of these videos in the description in case you're interested in watching it again. So just look at the shelling that's occurring, and this is what the Ukrainian forces in the plant were subjected to this entire time. So it is understandable that they eventually realized that the situation was futile and that they had to withdraw, but I do commend them for actually holding out for this long, because I didn't expect that, and I expected them to sort of withdraw earlier to some more favorable positions, but they were able to keep the Russians at bay for a while, in all honesty. So yeah, let's move on to the next video, which is a pretty interesting video. It shows DPR and Wagner PMC units at the western entrance to the Novoluhansk settlement, and the southern part of the settlement is already under control of DPR. Now, this is just the video of the Wagner group, because Wagner group, they are infamous for going to these towns that they've taken up and just recording themselves playing instruments pretty poorly, admittedly, in front of the signs to the entrance to the town. So this is the entrance, just so you know. The town itself, you can get a glimpse of it in the background over here. So yeah, they are at least in some part of the town. I'm not good with these geolocations, so I can't say exactly where this is myself. But if I had to guess, since it is the entrance sign, it is probably in the southern part, like the person who tweeted this um said so. So now let's go to here. And this is just a report from the area, and the commentary isn't really necessary because I can't understand what he's saying. This is I'm pretty sure this is Svetlodarsk. So this guy who's talking, he's reporting from Svetlodarsk, which, if you didn't know, it's right over here. So it's not that far away. You could have like an observation post, and you could have artillery headed towards the plant, and just and I'm sure we saw a lot of that because Svetlodarsk is very connected to the power plant. So I'm going to turn that video on. And here we just see him, not in the plant itself. Maybe here in this footage you could catch a glimpse of how everything is is playing out on the front lines. The footage is pretty bad, but I do like this visual component just because it is better than just reading about the events. So here we have reports, and this is from Rybar, which is a pro-Russian source, but they are pretty reliable. So what it says here is that the Uglegorsk power plant is still under the control of the Ukrainians, but that the command of the Ukrainian forces, which is of the 72nd Brigade, they have left the area. And the outskirts of the station, according to Rybar, were taken yesterday. But yeah, it's still technically under Ukrainian control. And as I was saying in the beginning of the video, the 72nd Brigade, their units withdrew from Novoluhansk and went to Semigorye. So as I said, yeah, they have withdrawn, and that's a given now. But we don't actually have Russians on the ground in the area just yet. Okay, so this is a pro-Ukraine source, Flash. That I can say they probably have links to the Ukrainian government. If not, then they're just very biased towards Ukraine. And it says here, but suffered losses and retreated. So this is the important part. In the area of the Uglegorsk thermal power plant, individual enemy units have a partial success. And here's the thing with these briefings from the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense. Whenever they say partial success, I just take that as just a victory, because they're trying to like muddy the waters and add in this nuance. But yeah, nobody's really buying it unless you're a diehard fan. So clearly, even if even now you have the Ukrainians admitting this, so I do think this is a big deal. And just to sort of add on to what the DPR report was saying, we have this statement from the headquarters of the Territorial Defense of the DPR, and they're saying the forces of DPR and LPR, with fire support of the Russian army, are cleaning up the Uglegorsk thermal power plant. Now that language, cleaning up, again, it is important to look at the sort of verbiage or the wording they're using, because it could be indicative of the things going on, and it could help us understand what's actually going on and what's not. So cleaning up, yeah, you probably have some Ukrainians still in there. If they fail to withdraw, then you'll have these people from the 72nd Brigade having to surrender to the Russian forces. They might get cut off. Maybe they'll get caught up in Semihirnya, which is a town nearby. And yeah, that's basically it. I want to do more of these short videos in the future. And goodbye.